Day number 2, water only. Alright, second day of my fast. So if you guys don't know what these are, well, these are ketone testing strips, and pretty much if they show any type of color, it means you have ketones floating around your urine, which means if that's the case, well, you're burning body fat as fuel. We're about 35 hours in right now. I did one of these this morning and didn't really get anything out of it, so we'll see if this one changes color. Well, there's a little bit of something there. We're not in full-fledged ketosis, but we are definitely in the induction. So how far do I want to go on this thing, guys? Well, I said when I started the fast that no matter what, I was going to do a total of 3 days. And well, we are arriving on completing 3 days right now, and I'll just say that my body is finally getting into ketosis. I just went ahead and did my ketosis testing strips again this morning. Okay, day 3. We'll go ahead and do a check and we will see. We're not dark purple, but we are definitely in ketosis, which means we are burning stored body fat for fuel. So as far as my energy levels go, the first day of the fast was actually harder than the second day of the fast. About 9:30, 10 o'clock on the first day, I felt like I was gonna have to throw up for about 2 minutes. And once the hunger pain passed, I chugged down some water, and well, I'd like to say I went to bed, but I didn't actually get to bed till about 4 o'clock in the morning because I was having trouble sleeping due to not eating. The dog started barking at 6:45 in the morning, and I pretty much spent day number 2 feeling like I was hungover all day. Groggy, felt spacey, felt really weak, and some of that was from the fasting, but some of that was also because I didn't get any sleep. But here we are on day number 3, guys. I was doing a little dancing by the van this morning, and yeah, feeling pretty good. So far the energy levels are feeling good. Been drinking about a gallon of water per day. Before I started this fast, my water intake was not where it needed to be. It's another thing about how do you start a fast. Well, you're supposed to eat clean, fruits and vegetables, lean meats, and get all the toxins out of your system before you actually start fasting, because the more toxins that you have in your system before you start fasting and then you go on a fast, you're going to feel all those toxins leaving your body in the early days of your fast. That's why it said the first 3 to 4 days of your water fast are the hardest, and then once after that it gets a lot easier. Now everybody has their breaking point. I'm hoping that I can stay away from the hunger pains that make you feel like you have to throw up. I apologize for the wind noise right now. I'm sure it's cutting in. But yeah, guys, the proper way to prepare for fast is not to eat a bag of popcorn and drink a 7-Up before you start the fast. I had a little mini feast. Then I weighed myself the day that I fasted, and I weighed myself this morning, and I was right around, I believe, 206. So yeah, I've lost about 6 pounds on this fast so far. I can definitely tell in the stomach area. I don't think 3 days of water fasting is going to be enough for me. I think I'm going to have to push farther in the distance to get what I want out of this fast. I always feel like longer on in the fast, like day 3 or day 4 is when my body starts to get tighter. I really start to feel things tightening up, and I'm just now getting into that right now. And as I said earlier, I'm in ketosis right now, so my body is adapted over, and the flab right now is getting burnt as fuel. So that is a pretty good feeling. We know we're making progress, and now it's just going to be keeping the body away from throwing up, that throwing up feeling, because that's the worst feeling in the world to me. I hate throwing up, and if I can avoid it at all costs, I will every time. Might have to go to the van and finish the conversation because the wind out here is gusting. Now, one of the reasons that I'm fasting, guys, is to create discipline in my diet, in my nutrition program. And that's another thing, guys, I don't really like to call it a diet plan, because when you're on a diet, you feel like you have to give up stuff, and you're always thinking about what you can't have. But when you're on a nutrition plan, you're on a lifestyle, and it's the foods that you eat every day and the foods that satisfy you. Oftentimes when you're on a diet, you don't feel satisfied because you feel like you have to cut away and you have to do away with stuff. And whenever you're not feeling satisfied in your daily nutrition intake, your daily diet, well, that causes you to make bad decisions, and then you end up cheating, and then you end up getting fat, and then you end up just not caring, and after you just don't care for a while, your new bad habits become a way of life, and you got to be on top of it every day. Like, you got to wake up and say, today I'm going to win with my diet or whatever it is you're doing. And right now what I know is I'm going to win on this fast, and I'm going to win on my nutrition plan. I don't know how long I'm actually going to fast for, but I do know when I start eating again, it's going to be very healthy food, and it's not going to be any bad food that will allow you to get fat. I imagine I'm probably going to break the fast with a watermelon, but I'll tell you what, I've had some food cravings already. I was thinking about cookie dough ice cream, vanilla cookie dough ice cream the other day, and then there was tacos last night in the house, and pulled pork was in the house on my first day of the fast. Pulled pork and chips. And I thought, man, that looks really good from not eating all day. But then about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock at night last night, I was like, holy crap, I really want some food. And that was all I was thinking about was eating. But, well, guys, I thank you for commenting on the videos and liking and all that kind of stuff. Even the dislikes motivate me. Thank you very much. And I was reading the comments and stuff, and I was like, man, I can't quit. If I quit, I'm going to feel like a real loser. I was like, I'm going to let these people down. I said I'm going to do 3 days no matter what. So you guys out there, you have helped me accomplish this, and you have helped me push to 3 days, so thank you very much. And right now, we are committed. I'm going to go ahead and say it. We are going to commit to 5 full days, and if I have to throw up to get there, I will do it. And I'm going to do everything in my power to not throw up, because I think that's the worst feeling in the world, if I didn't already say that earlier in the video. So I have noticed, in order to stay away from a throw-up pain, your body kind of gives you a sign. And when your body gives you a little rumble, a little sign down in the gut, you need to chug a little bit more water than what you actually think you need, because, well, when that hunger pain arises, then it kind of just gargles, and at least for me, some weird things happen to my stomach and it shakes a little bit, but I actually don't feel like I'm going to throw up. Now, I have thrown up on a fast once, but that was the same day that I rode my bicycle 20 miles, so it's probably not a good idea to ride your bike 20 miles when you're in a fasted state. And I threw up a lot of mucus-looking stuff, and I got online and Googled it, and it said that is normal. It's a bunch of crap in your body that doesn't need to be there, and it's a way for your body to get rid of that crap. All because you throw up on a fast does not necessarily mean that you should quit. There could be some other stuff going on, but to each his own. You're going to have to monitor your own body, and you're going to have to do what you think is safe for you. So guys, as far as boredom goes, when you cut food out of your life, if you've ever fasted before, it is amazing how fast you get bored when you stop eating. And well, I was experiencing that last night. Actually, I've been experiencing that since I've been on the fast, even though I'm only on day 3 right now, and really in reality 3 days without food is not that long a time. If you look at the gist of it, some people have gone 40, 50 plus days without food. 3 days is 3 days without food, and it is still an accomplishment, so pat myself on the back and say good job and keep going, soldier, because that's what you gotta do, guys. Someone asked me in the comments, and thank you very much, that was a great question, how do you stay on a fast when your brain tells you to stop? Well, this may not sound like a very good answer, but you just have to keep going. You have to know before the fast starts that you're going to make it. If you think you're going to make it, you won't make it, because you'll give yourself the tap out. But if you go into the fast with the attitude of I'm going to make it, then you will make it. You have to allow yourself not to quit. And that's really how you make it. Now, if you do start a fast and you quit, don't feel bad. I remember one time, it took me 5 days to finally complete 1 day. And I've had many times where I've tried to fast 3 to 4 days in a row, and I end up 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, I end up breaking it, which is the stupidest thing in the world. And you can get tricked. You can really get tricked. So that's why I say you have to know that you want to go on a fast before you start a fast. You have to know that you're going to finish it. But if you do go on a fast and you don't make it, don't feel bad. It happens to everybody who starts fasting. I'll also say the more that you try and the more that you fail, you build up a little bit of a mental stability, a little bit of endurance, like when you lift weights, or when you run, you run a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, take a little rest, you're like, I can probably do 4 miles now. So you kind of build a little bit of extra endurance each time, and finally that endurance kicks over, and before you know it, you've done a full day of fasting. All right, guys, it is 11:50, so we pretty much have one more 12-hour shift to do, and then we'll have completed 3 full days of water fasting. Like, I needed that drink. I didn't need that big gulp right there. But I went ahead and took it anyway because, well, I've noticed that when you do that, when the hunger pain occurs, having taken that huge, large gulp of water really helps with the hunger pain, and it makes it less severe. So trying to stay filled up on water as best as I can. Gets a little bit annoying because I got my table desk over here, which I like very much. But once you get locked into the table, and if you're drinking a lot of water, and you got to get in and out every half an hour or hour, it gets a little bit annoying, but that's just the price that you pay, guys. I'll keep drinking the water. Be sure to smash that subscribe button. One of these days, we're going to turn the key and maybe get back out on the road. But right now, we are water fasting, and that is the most important thing in the world to me right now. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm putting my time and attention on. So we are fasting. Day 3. we're going to go ahead and make a commitment to day 5, 5 full days of water fasting, and I should probably finish day 3 before I make any more commitments, but feeling halfway decent right now, so we'll keep pushing it.